Big shout out to DJ Progress on the ones and the twos. He's doing real big things out here for the show. Really feeling this beat, liking all the background music and everything that's jumping off. Build it while you fly it. You clicked on the video. We appreciate you being here as always.
Indeed.
I'm B West.
Nate, DJ Progress.
Nah, Dom is here. Listen, y'all. We building it while we flying it. That's all I can really say. But trust us when we tell y'all he's here.
Yes, sir.
A lot of things going on in the news. We're going to hit a couple of topics. We might split it up into multiple shows. We might just give y'all a full-length feature film, but I don't know. We'll figure that out as it goes. We're going to let the conversation happen, and then we'll cross those bridges when we get to them. Y'all know how this works. Click the notifications bell, like, subscribe, jump in the comments, all that type of fun stuff.
Yes,
email the show. Build it while you fly it at gmail.com.
Share.
And share. Share those episodes. Make sure you putting that out there. Put it on your timeline. Let all your people see it. Put us out there. Support us, y'all. We appreciate it. We really do. Email the show. I never finished the email. Build it while you fly it at gmail.com. Please do that. And questions episode is coming. It definitely is. And I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time. A lot of things in the news, as Nate said, bro. Roe v. Wade was overturned.
Yes, sir.
Dog. Now, for those who don't know, and again, if we're saying anything wrong, feel free to correct us.
Please.
Jump in the comments, email the show. We would love to hear where we fucked this up, and we're not standing by none of this, as we said before.
Yeah.
We don't know nothing about nothing. We here having a conversation. We appreciate you joining us, and that's about our stance on most of this stuff. As far as the facts goes, now our opinions are our opinions, and we can have those conversations in the comments if you want to as well. 1973, bruh, is when Roe v. Wade happened. That's when Roe v. Wade happened. In 1973. And it was controversial then, and it's been controversial ever since. But it basically said that the Constitution protects pregnant women's liberties to choose to have an abortion.
Right.
And folks went nuts.
Yes, sir.
Folks went absolutely nuts. Now, here's the thing. And Dave Chappelle said it, and I didn't believe him. But after this is happening, it's out of control. The laws they talking about passing, in some states an abortion is about to be punishable up to something crazy like 99 years.
Okay.
I think South Carolina or North Carolina. And again, jump in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong. I think Kentucky. I think Arkansas is trying to get in on some of this action.
Yeah.
Louisiana,
yeah.
I think is in. Bruh, they trying to the hell on up out of here. You know how this works. When you make things illegal, you simply open up another chapter of the black market where these types of things are available.
Indeed.
So they're not going to be able to do it as safely as they were, but they're still going to have access to it regardless as to if you like it or not.
You be able to go to the DR and get an abortion just like you can go to
you
get
fly
a
to
butt
Miami
rub.
to get a BBL. You're going to jump in the plane and fly to Miami to get an abortion in the
Yeah.
event this happens.
Yeah.
How's the sale of Plan B pills going? I don't know.
It's gonna skyrocket.
It's probably gonna.
It's a great business model.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Jesus. Here's what's the thing that's crazy to me is I haven't heard anybody say it.
All right.
I haven't heard anybody bring it up in conversation or in anything, but this is this is immediately following the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
This is men's counterpunch. This is our politicians' counterpunch.
Yeah.
To the Me Too movement.
Yes, indeed.
This is it right here. And it's like, yo, this is, bruh, this is crazy.
Now, unfortunately, you're always going to have those people who kind of exploit and take advantage of things.
Yeah.
Right? Of course, you're going to have, they need to make this criminal too, is the lying those false accusers out there,
Yeah.
who will either lie about like Me Too type stuff, rape, etc., etc. You really are disrespecting the people who've been through that for real.
No, it's really bad, and it's one of the reasons why. Because we have a stance on this type of thing. As a man, I've always felt, and I know a lot of men who feel the same, that if a woman if they prove in court that she was lying and the man was innocent, she should get whatever he was gonna get.
Yeah.
That way, you'll know in the back of your mind, if you get caught lying, you're about to get hit with the same punishment.
Indeed.
That he was gonna get.
I'm
Because they get caught lying all the time and they just go home.
I'm talking about across the board. I'm talking about paternity fraud, where you lied to the dude and told him it was your kid and it really wasn't. You need to do time. If you go around saying you was raped and you really wasn't, you need to do time.
Yeah.
Any false accusation, you need to do time.
Yeah.
Because a dude definitely gonna have to do time if he don't pay child support. So it should be automatic.
But here's the thing, and this is another problem, is that the first response to the situation is what if a woman is raped? That is a major problem, but there's so many reasons to have an abortion that do not involve non-consensual sex.
I'm glad you said that. In 2019, CDC released a report showing that rape was only 0.5, but it was 1.5 combined with incest and rape. That was the percentage of abortions. 1.5%.
That means all the rest of those?
That means 98.5% of the abortions. The top percentage was like 20-30% that just said they wasn't ready to have kids. They just didn't want the child. And there was other reasons that followed behind that had nothing to do with medical.
Gee whiz.
Medical reasons only made up like in the single digits of percentage of abortions.
Bruh, listen.
But we had to talk about the fact that, number one, Roe v. Wade was not founded on a true accusation. It was founded on a false accusation.
Yeah. That woman said she got raped by a pack of wild niggas.
Come on, man.
It was like, get this colored baby out of her now. Right now. That's what she said.
Why is it okay
and
to
that's,
blame a bunch of black dudes for stuff when you don't want to take full accountability for having that monkey in the streets?
Well, no, because listen, here's the thing. That the upper echelon of folk, there's a tax bracket of people that will always be able to afford this treatment. Always. They will always be able to afford this treatment. Period.
Dude.
Somebody playing chess, not checkers. This shit did not happen on accident. You're not. And I know about the Jackson's Women's Health Center and all those cases and things of that nature that happened. The Casey case that happened, what was it, 2006, I think it was, maybe something like that. I'm aware of all of these things, but bruh, in the end, the timing of it is absolutely insane. It was one of those situations where if we don't get people's minds off mass killings right now, there could be a coup. Folks could uproar
easily,
and this whole thing could get out of control
easily.
And we went from mandating that they do something about, regardless as to what it was. I don't want any more dead children in school.
Right.
Period. I don't want dead children at all. But in school is breaking I can't do this no more.
Right.
Everybody's getting numb to it. And like Steve Kerr and a bunch of other people went on the record and it was like, yo, I'm tired of sending condolences.
Yeah.
I'm tired of sending prayers to the family.
Yep.
I'm sick of it. Do something. And then they was like, well, we don't want to put all of our issues on the same ballot because it's just going to fail. So we're going to try to do something. And we was like, so, and then just the way that they can do things is, bruh, somebody playing chess, not checkers.
Indeed.
The real outcome of this whole situation is we don't know what it is yet.
No,
we don't.
But
we do not know what it is yet.
The numbers always tell a story. When I worked for a college back in the day, this one professor said she was in charge of grants and stuff like that. And her job was to read the reports, make sure everything was thorough, all the numbers was. And she said this to me, and it always stuck with me. She said, the numbers always tell a story. She said that's how she looks at accounting. That's how she looks at bookkeeping, all that. The numbers always tell a story. So that's why I like percentages. That's why I like when the CDC releases reports and things like that. It showed that the majority of abortions, when I say majority, that means 50% or more.
Yeah.
51% or more.
Yeah.
The majority of abortions were not quote unquote minority women.
No.
So to me, it sounds a lot like there's a self-preservation of some sort behind the cutting off access to abortions and this, that, and the third. You know, so like I said, we're not here to judge anybody who has had an abortion or plans to get one, but we want you to know that at the end of the day, abortions aren't free, which means it is a business. And business,
that part.
In America, business do what it do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It ain't personal, but it is personal.
I mean, in this situation, it's hard to say it's not personal, but you can't always forget. You cannot forget that this is a business.
Yeah.
This is another form of medical treatment, and everything in that whole realm is all about the dollars.
And sometimes you make more money on the flip side.
That part.
Than you do on the mainstream side.
That part.
It's it's teams that get paid to lose. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And then I seen some memes and some the internet's so undefeated.
Yeah.
It really don't make no sense. But they was like, if y'all really want to control babies, control dicks. Stop trying to control pussies. And I'm like, yeah, that'll never happen. But valid point. Valid point.
So, control
period.
Penis, not vagina.
Listen, if when you were born, they gave you a vasectomy.
Okay.
And until you reached some type of threshold, a terrace, if you will, in life, to I would honestly, I wouldn't be against this at this point. If you reached a point in your life where you could be held financially responsible and intelligent enough to, I don't understand why you have to prove yourself in every other aspect of life but parenting. You can't just go get a house. They run a background, they run a credit check, they run all of this type of stuff. You can't just get in the car and drive it.
Right.
You got to go out and prove that you could drive a car by earning a license, and then you got to pay all the fees and things that go along with that.
Correct.
And then you have to maintain your license, and then you also, in most states, Ohio being one of them, you have to prove that you could be financially responsible for the car. You have to have insurance. If something gets to happen, you have to be financially accountable for this purchase.
Correct.
Kids?
But who decides whether kids are born? Who controls access to sex?
Not sex. Every boy that's born, give him a vasectomy.
Who controls access to sex, and who decides whether a child is born?
Women.
Okay. So how does controlling penis fit into that equation?
Are you being serious, or are you trolling me right now? Are you trolling me right now?
I'm being so serious because that's a surgery. Outpatient surgery, be it that, but that costs money. And oftentimes, people do not come out of surgery without side effects and other things going on. So, performing a surgery on a male with a penis as an infant, toddler, etc., could possibly have ramifications later on.
True.
So when it's time to switch switch it back, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot going on.
Exceptions to the rule don't change the rule.
That's a lot.
Exceptions to anybody who would have any type of medical setbacks to the point where they would not be able to have kids due to the surgery that they had to undergo, due to government regulations and restrictions would be an exception to the rule. It's not going to change the rule. And I understand that this is a very unpopular opinion. Feel free to do whatever you want to do to me in the comments.
So would
for
you
this.
allow your son to have gotten that done at birth?
No, that's just it. What we're doing right now, we didn't sit around and ask women if they wanted this.
Wanted what?
If they wanted Roe v. Wade overturned, we didn't ask for their opinion. They sat in the room and decided what was best for women. All of them.
But wasn't it also decided when Roe v. Wade was established?
The thought of sitting down in a room and deciding what's best for men blows people's minds.
But wasn't it also established for everybody when Roe v. Wade was established?
In 1973?
Under false pretense. Because she said a pack of niggas raped her. And she was found to be lying. Where's the accountability? That's all I'm saying. Nobody held her accountable.
Nobody.
And who's holding?
They just passed the law that said she could do this if she wants to.
That's what I'm trying to say. It shouldn't be that easy to just sit up there and lie.
It is.
But if you are if you are a certain gender or a certain identity, whatever you want to call it, in this country, you can just say things, and just like that, it'll happen.
Yeah.
That's called privilege, and that's the problem. We always talk about underprivilege, but if you go in the Word document and type in overprivilege, you're going to get a red squiggly line up under that mug because we don't talk about overprivilege.
Overprivileged don't even, they spell check overprivileged.
This is wrong. Spell check is going to be like, no, we can't. Because overprivilege is not in our conversation. We always talk about underprivilege.
Lord.
You can't have an under without an over. And when you give somebody preferential treatment, when you give somebody favoritism, you are now putting people at odds against each other. And maybe that's the plan.
What did you, duh?
Maybe that's the plan, to turn everybody against each other.
Duh.
That don't work out. Where in the world does favoritism help a community to thrive?
It doesn't.
Not even in a household.
It's not going to.
You could have 4 children and you treat one of them special, then more special than the other kids.
The other 3.
What? What?
The other 3, boy. So I don't know what end game is here. I'm not gonna pretend like I do. I don't. I do not know what end game is here, but I really want to know.
Huh.
I want to know. I'm curious to see how much this plays into the next election.
Right. That could be a thing too, because when you do something like this to affect a certain group of people,
you pissed off an entire group of people. So if you stand on the podium and say, "I'm gonna unpiss off all of y'all,"
you might have literally.
If I take office in my first 100 days, I'm about to put it back the way it was since 1973.
Which is why I jokingly said this is why I jokingly said, and when Trump was in office, I said it's a lot of people going around talking about they hate Trump and what they do to Trump and this, that, and the third. I said, but I know for certain, if Trump said we're overturning child support, do you know how many men will be walking around with T-shirts?
Yeah.
Go Trump.
Yeah.
Go.
He cool with me. I don't like Mexicans neither.
The great white hype. What?
What?
Man,
Seriously.
Again, it's about real power is about finding out what people want and using what it is they want as leverage.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. And that's what politics is all about. That's what the campaign is all about. You find out what people want and you use that thing.
Dude. Barack, and I said, again, I really don't want to do, I don't like politics shows.
Yeah.
But I will say this, is that Barack Obama and Donald Trump ran the exact same campaign. Mm-hmm. They ran on change. Mm-hmm. And that's all it takes.
That's it, man.
That's all it takes.
You can be vague and ambiguous with people, especially the masses, and people will jump to assumptions and conclusions based on what it is they want to believe. Man,
that part, being vague.
What?
Side note, Donald Trump told North Carolina that a hurricane was going to be big and wet.
You see what I'm saying?
Your political stance on Donald Trump and Barack Obama is your business, not mine. I don't really care. You keep that to yourself and talk amongst yourselves. But anybody who tells somebody else that a hurricane is going to be big and wet,
What?
I thought it was funny. But moving on, because I don't want to do a politics show. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, man. More politics. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we didn't jump very far, did we? Damn it.
Speaking of false accusations,
Hey, listen,
I'm just
bro.
joking. I don't know if
I wasn't there.
I don't know if the accusations were false or not. But what I will tell you,
I know that 20. If he really wanted jail, if these women really wanted him to go to jail, if they really wanted to stand on the cause and stand up and say that he truly took advantage of me,
yeah,
they wouldn't have settled out of court for what they settled
I'm
for.
just saying, like, because how much?
20. Yeah.
How much?
If your innocence has truly been taken, if you truly been violated in a fashion, is there a price on that?
How much does adult molestation cost? That's what I want to know. How much?
Listen.
Like, you get a certain amount, then all of a sudden you feel better?
Oh.
Is that what we doing? Because if this was an average Joe, and there was no, he a mark. Let's be real. Can we be honest?
Yeah, that part.
Any person with money, resources, social influence, etc., blue check, whatever you want, is a mark. You are a mark.
Bro, he didn't call none of the women. The
Come
team
on, man.
hired all of them.
Come on, bro.
The team hired every single last one of them. And they all showed up.
And I'm not saying that.
And all these allegations came down 2 days after contract
I'm not saying
negotiations
that.
went to shit.
Come on, man. And I'm not saying that he didn't do anything. All I'm saying is that it's funny how the timing of everything,
How it happens.
And
How it happens.
when you look at how an NFL player is being treated versus how an NFL team owner is being treated.
No, listen. You can check the stats on this and look at the different cases and the stories. When I tell you that there are multiple players in the NFL playing right now, I don't think some of them did receive some suspensions, but they were minor and minuscule in comparison to what African American players go through in the NFL when and don't get me wrong, I'm not justifying some of these guys' actions. They do stupid shit on a regular basis.
We all do.
But what I would like to see is that when people do stupid shit, I want to see the same treatment across the board as opposed to what we've been dealing with. There's players in the NFL right now that have been tried and convicted of domestic abuse and violence.
Hey.
Not indicted, not settled out of court. I'm talking about went to trial and they proved that he done beat the shit out of his wife. He got 2 games and then he went back to work.
Roethlisberger didn't get touched. And he's another player who happens to be white. And
they was in there.
He's not getting treated like Deshaun Watson. Like, it's crazy to me.
And it was a very similar situation. He was in a hotel room. She was there. She claimed that X, Y, and Z happened. He said no, it didn't. They went to court. He not guilty. Civil suit happens. She takes the money. Everybody moved on.
So what is with this guilty until proven innocent thing? Because it's a thing. People don't like to talk about it, but it's a thing.
Yeah, not for everybody. Different strokes for different
With certain
folks,
people, you're innocent until proven guilty. With other people, you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah, because when the story broke, they said 22 victims. Why are they victims? You ain't proved that anything happened yet. These aren't victims. She's a person.
All you have is accusations.
When you use them titles like that, but again,
all you have.
They all settled outside of court. You think he they're talking about 6 to 8 games. See, we don't just wear these jerseys, y'all. We really put on for our city. That's us back there. That's us. The stadium over there off to the right.
Yeah, man.
And I really want to see good things happen. 2016 was, unfortunately, a long time ago now.
Yeah, man.
Although it was one of the greatest years of Cleveland history.
Good 6.
It was there. A long time ago.
A good 6 years.
When I realized it was 6 years, I'm like, yo.
Yeah, man. Time flies.
Jesus. They're talking about 6 to 8 games. We'll see how this whole thing goes. But I think that it's these types of things that I don't know. But I will say this before we move on as a whole. Anybody who is truly a victim of any of these type of allegations,
yes, sir.
thoughts and prayers go out to you,
yes, sir.
and your family.
Yes,
Please go
indeed.
out and get the help that you need.
Yes, indeed.
And I hope that anybody who took advantage of you is hit with the hardest form of the law that is available, because there's a lot of things about this that are unacceptable.
Yeah.
And like you said, there's a lot of people who try to take advantage of the situation, and it just downplays the people
Right.
who truly had to go through any of these types of crimes and allegations. Is absolutely terrible. So
I don't know if we need to start a petition. I don't know.
thoughts and prayers go out to you, and
We gotta figure
if
something.
you out here lying about this type of stuff, I'm cool. Don't miss me with it. Unfollow us.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Real talk.
They said don't trust nobody who can fake an orgasm, because they'll lie about anything. But I don't know. That's just hearsay.
What's wrong with
Old school told me that.
what's wrong with faking orgasm?
I don't know. That's what old school said.
You ever faked it?
Yes.
I have to.
Yep.
I think it's one of the purest forms of flattery.
Huh?
I think it's one of the purest forms of flattery.
When you fake it?
What?
How so?
Listen, you faked it. You could have faked the cramp and got out of this situation,
That's true.
but you wanted them to think that you had got the job done, that they had completed
So
this.
you sold it.
So you sold
You
it.
sold that thing.
You sold it.
I see where you're going.
It's flattery.
I see what you did there.
No, it's flattery. Faking orgasms is cool to me.
Okay.
You fake it all you want.
I'll rock with it.
Especially if you faking it and it make me finish. You fake it every time before I give a shit.
Man.
I have faked it.
Yeah.
Not something that happens often.
Okay. Maybe I'm just a nice person.
That's a possibility.
Because I faked it because I had to get out of there.
I mean, but the thing about it is it wrong?
To
Fake it.
Fake it? Depends on the circumstance, I guess.
I agree. I think if you're in a long-term committed relationship, I don't think faking it should be an option. I think you should be able to communicate why we're not getting to the finish line, what's happening, and how we need to improve on things.
Right.
But I think if you met her, at the club, and one thing lead to another,
right,
and you ready for her to go,
to get out of there.
yeah, you could. I mean, but again, you could fake a cramp. You don't know her. You don't owe her nothing.
That's true.
So I do think the circumstances are different, but
man, I never thought about that, faking a cramp, man. I think I was probably always scared that it would really happen.
yeah, yeah.
Because I'd have caught a mean Charlie horse a few times, and I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
Whew.
You go to stretch and that calf lock up,
Bruh.
I'm
And then I'd be terrible. Like,
talking about
did I
pain.
drink enough water? Why am I cramping up?
When I say pain,
Why
bruh,
am I dehydrated? Yeah, it's ugly.
I'm like, man,
Yeah. And I'm at a point in my life where what I ate that day is directly reflected upon my sex life.
okay.
Indigestion is real. I will burp up a fireball, and in any event this is a possibility,
I see what you're saying.
leave me alone.
I see what you're saying.
Leave me alone.
You don't want acid reflux while you're in
Bruh.
action. Okay.
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea.
Yeah, one of them.
Will cancel
Wow.
all plans.
Can you imagine catching a case of the wet butt?
Oh Jesus! You got mud butt trying to not. No,
How do you live that down?
you don't. You don't.
You don't.
There's grounds for dismissal,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't give a damn what the circumstances of the scenario is. You were supposed to tell me to wait. I was supposed to tell you no, but you didn't. You went on ahead with this,
So you
and
saying,
now there's a mess.
So you're saying that once fecal matter enters the game, you
No.
exit the game.
No.
Oh, no. Was that?
Accidents happen.
Oh, accidents happen.
Accidents happen.
Okay.
Some people are into certain things that could possibly cause certain things to happen. That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about you have an upset stomach, and you decide to embark on this sexual escapade, regardless as to your current condition of your digestive system. And you enter the lap belt come down and the roller coaster take off, and halfway through this ride, We done tow up this whole roller coaster. Bruh, it's grounds for dismissal. At bare minimum, don't talk to me.
At bare minimum.
You better not say nothing to me. I'm about to go get in the shower.
What?
And I'm about to get dressed and leave.
What?
Don't say nothing to me.
What? After you just been shat upon?
Shat. What is that? The past tense of shit?
Know.
Shitting. Shat.
It felt like. It felt like the proper
shat. That's the shitting.
I have to look that up.
Shat.
S-H-A-T.
A-T.
Shat.
No, in English, it's probably like a Q or a J or some other silent consonant that's attached. I don't believe in silent consonants. People who know me know that. I'm telling you for the first time as a listener. And again, I thank you for listening.
So you saying instead of D-U-M-B, D-U-M?
No.
What are you saying?
They're dumb.
Oh, so you pronounce.
Why are we here?
So
You're not about to stand in the corner of the room and pretend like didn't nobody see you.
So you gonna pronounce the silent.
I will cut you with a knife. I went out to eat the other day. They had horse devers.
Huh. So is quesadillas? Is that? No, that's not. Yeah. Quesadillas. I don't see queso.
I haven't been to a buffet since COVID.
So you're literal. Is that what you are?
I don't read between the lines. I read it all.
Okay. You read what's there.
It's there.
Okay.
Why am I not supposed to read it?
So you saying you didn't write the book, you just reading the book.
There it is.
Okay.
And this is a very old problem.
Okay.
It goes back to Psalms.
I see what you're doing. Huh. Psalms. Yikes.
You don't get to tell me when I can read it and when I can't read it.
You know, this reminds me of...
It's me. You don't.
Earlier this morning, what I do is I get up my routine on certain days. I go up to the Y and get in the sauna.
Okay.
Today was one of those days.
Okay.
There happened to be a gang of silver sneakers, is what I'll call them. Elderly.
Silver sneakers.
Seasoned.
Air Monarchs.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They were in there, and they were having an in-depth discussion about how they do not listen to their children. One person even went so far as to say, F that kid. Because they felt that the child was being too controlling. And they were trying to figure out how they went from being the parent to the child at some point. And so all of them were collaborating on this thought process, and they were just really going in on Generation X and the millennials. And just really going in. One lady even jumped in and said she had to live a secret life because her kids are way too nosy. And if they had it their way, she'd be sitting in a rocking chair knitting all day, every day. So she in them streets.
Wow.
She out here in them streets.
Secret life, huh?
They think she at the YMCA.
No.
She out here in them streets.
Yeah. She's at the
She out here in them silver sneaker streets.
Yeah, she out here.
Getting to it.
Yeah. A bit of a cuckold situation, huh?
What?
Yeah. Sheesh.
And so you see the prior. It's like
do you? I don't want to interrupt. Keep going.
No. One person even went on to say another silver sneaker in there and said, well, they said they were always a badass kid, and so once their children got grown, they took a break. You know, they took a break when they had kids from being this, whatever they were, and then once the kids got grown and moved out, they went on ahead and went back to
doing what they was doing before.
Old habits.
Sheesh.
Back in the game. They took a 30-40 year break.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who the fuck?
Back to the game.
Jesus Lord.
I was like, wow, these silver sneaker streets is deep. They was going in, bro.
Jesus Lord.
They was going in, man. Talking about how they do not listen to their children. They don't want to hear nothing the kids got to say.
So,
kids.
Do you? First of all, let's start there. Do you listen to your kids?
No, not at the age they are now. No.
How old are they?
7 and 4.
You should listen.
As far as them telling me what to do?
I mean, obviously not.
That's what I'm talking about. They're talking about their kids telling them what to do. That's their issue.
Yeah.
They're 40, early 50-year-old children.
I don't want to disrespect any of our listeners or our sound guy, but were these Caucasian people?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, they were.
Let me tell you some shit that ain't gonna never fly. I told my son the other day, when I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Oh.
Till then, you can keep it to yourself.
You one of them daddies. All right.
This is not a democracy. This is a dictatorship.
Okay.
And I rules with an iron fist.
Okay.
Not on this shit. Now, here's the thing. The rules and regulations, the policies that are put in place, okay? Mm-hmm. The laws, the bills, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. The commandments of my household. Mm-hmm. It ain't rocket science. Mm-hmm. It ain't rocket science. Nate's giving me my charger back because he had less percentage than I did.
Yes, indeed. Brian made a sacrifice.
I did.
But yeah, that's what they were talking about. They were saying that their children are too bossy, too controlling.
I wish my kid would. Listen, but my son ain't about to open his mouth and tell me what I should and shouldn't be doing.
But I'm saying, like, even as a senior citizen who is not able to, they're in the home. Those senior citizens were in the home that was across the way. So so that's what they do in the morning. They trot on over to the Y and do their thing.
I see the situation now. I'm thinking you talking about some kids between the ages of 15 and 25.
No.
Telling their parents who are between the ages of 45 and 55 what they should or shouldn't be doing.
So the kids are the Gen Xers and the millennials,
gotcha.
which is like 35 and up.
Yeah.
And they're saying that those kids are too controlling and they have to live secret lives because their children are all in their business.
So we're talking about like
these are senior citizens.
Like, okay.
These are
so we discount coffee at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
AARP. These are ARP individuals.
Hey, if you're listening to this and you over the age of 65, email the show at BWYF.com.
Please do.
I really want to know if y'all know some folks that's out here in these streets doing their thing.
Man.
On their ones and twos.
What? I was lit. They were just raw and uncut.
I've heard some stories of some things that goes down in nursing homes, and not passing judgment, just I heard it goes down. That's all.
I heard that too.
I did. I heard it goes all the way down.
I heard the nursing home streets is mean.
Like it's one thing to be in one spot, but when you're in like the assisted living where folks just really can't like maintain a yard or do their own laundry and that type of shit. When they I heard it. Yeah.
One of them.
I heard it goes down.
Yeah. At one point they were trying to control the STD rate in the home in the nursing
home. Because it was leveling up in the
It was 2 live crew. That's the level of activity.
Jeez. I've heard some similar stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so that's what these were. These were senior citizens. Varicose veins.
Any of them cute?
No. I mean, to somebody, not to me.
I'm just saying. You said that like they don't make gifts.
To somebody, maybe.
You don't know no gifts?
No, I don't. Not a one.
You ain't hanging out with the right people.
I guess.
Listen.
Not a one, bro.
I know a few.
You do? Wow.
I'll tell you off the.
Okay. I'm like,
I'll tell you off the. But I'll say this, and again, people who know me already know this. Felicia Rashad could get it right now.
I'm talking about people in real life, not Hollywood.
There's plenty of women out here that look similar to Felicia Rashad right now.
I ain't seen one.
You ain't looking in the right spot.
I don't look. That's why I'm not. What part of?
I don't be looking, but if I see him, I'll be like, yep.
What's the right spot, man? Please enlighten me.
I tell you what.
Don't you say Whole Foods.
Juneteenth, they was out and about.
The Gills.
What?
The Grand.
That salt and pepper Bob come through here smelling like Avon, skin so soft. Had them toes done. Got that elbow meat. They've been whipping up cornbread and mixing cakes and shit all week, getting ready for the party.
I'm done with you.
Sundress, brown skin.
I'm done.
Wig kind of cocked to the side a little bit, man. What? They was out here.
Cut it off, Dom. I'm done. I'm done.
They was out
He's
here.
dead serious. I'm done.
Bruh. Look, if you know me, email the show. Be in the comments. Tell them I ain't bullshitting.
You checking out grannies. That's what you doing out here.
Grannies be checking me out. I be minding my business. She said, how you doing, baby? I said, I'm fine, mama. How you doing? I was gonna dance. You wanna dance? I ain't doing nothing.
Really?
Why not dance?
That's how you showing up.
Juneteenth, I was out here.
Wow.
Showed up. 3 buttons down, taco meat out in full effect. Had on my son called them my Dad Force Ones. I only went to one little shindig, but it was a bunch of them. That was all over the ground.
You out here thirst trapping for the grannies.
Listen, I went to have a beer and to see some friends, and this friend's mama, it's rude. It's rude as fuck. You can't be out here if a woman of that age with that kind of experience and that kind of knowledge asks you to dance with her, what do you say?
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else. Ask you to dance. You know what? Dancing leads to other things. That's a very slippery slope you are on, sir.
I'm not disputing if the slope is slippery. I'm just saying it's rude.
It might have been slippery 30 years earlier, but that's
it slipped, but it don't slide no more. This one's gonna hit home from some people I know.
Done.
Listen, I mean no disrespect.
I'm
gonna say that. I'm gonna get a phone when this show drop. I'm gonna get a phone call. I already know.
Done. I said
I'm gonna get a couple of phone calls. Now that I'm thinking about it.
How did we get here? How did we get the gifts?
Listen, you right.
We went from
when you was in there chopping it up with the gifts at the Y, sitting in the sauna, talking about go sit in the rocket chairs what the kids want them to do, but they out here in these cuckold streets getting DP.
They are out here
in the backside of a nursing home. I don't know how to.
They out here, man.
BWYF@gmail.com. That is the email. Use it. There it is. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Hit that notifications bell. Hey, seriously, share our stuff, man.
Yes, indeed.
For real. Like, if you ain't here watching it, we see y'all.
Yeah.
We checking the views.
Yep.
We see y'all. Put it out there. Do us a solid.
Yeah.
Promote a small business. And I'm telling y'all, be ready for what's next, because what's next is about to be big lit. Where we at on time, Dom? Whew.
What'd he say?
40. Hey, Dom is here. Whether y'all believe it or not,
here.
you just gonna have to trust us on this
here.
one. We're gonna take care of everything on next show. But Dom is here, y'all.
We had some technical difficulties, but you know, we building it while we flying it.
That's what we're doing. Hence the name of the show. But I'm gonna stop talking about gifts. We're gonna go ahead and end the show. Y'all heard us.
We are.
Like it, click it, subscribe it, share it, all the rest of that fun stuff.
4th of July coming up too.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, they about to be out here.
It'll never be the same.
They about to be out here.
I can't unsee it now.
Oh my God.
Oh, boy.
I like it when they braid their hair and then put a salt and pepper wig on.
Cut it off down. Cut
and
it.
it be
Got
leaning. You're gonna cut.
Down. He's going.
You're gonna cut me short. Boy, with that salt and pepper wig cocked to the side. Oh, and then they show up with stuff. But they show up, get out the car, and go in the house. And then then all the guys come out the house and go to the car.
And all the while
we come back with pound cakes and macaroni and cheeses.
And you just lurking the whole time.
What? Hey, how you doing? I'm waiting.
You the gift whisperer.
They're gonna play some OJs. They're gonna play some Gap Band. They're gonna play some Earth, Wind, and Fire. And when it happens, and she says this is her jam, I'm not about to let that woman dance by herself.
And that's when you slip up from behind and ask her what her interests are and who she be with. Things that make her smile. What number
is the dial?
Because you're going to be here for a while.
I'm going to call my crew.
And she
can call hers. I don't know. Maybe there's a bar.
And you're going to rendezvous about 2. You know why 2? Because it's a silver sneaker. It's a Grammy. That's why.
Yeah, that's 2 p.m.
2 p.m.
That's not 2 a.m.
2 p.m.
By 2 p.m., they about to get up and have breakfast.
Let's go.
Cut it off. We out of here.
We got to go. This is crazy.